These 4 questions haters always ask. Last week, my friend Sarah posted about her new business online. Within an hour, someone commented, "Who do you think you are?" She called me almost in tears. "Maybe they're right," she said. "Maybe I'm not cut out for this." And I stopped her right there. Because here's the thing, that comment, it had nothing to do with Sarah. Sound familiar? Today we're breaking down the 4 questions haters always ask, and why they actually say more about them than about you. Question 1. Who do you think you are? My friend David used to be pretty overweight, struggled with his health for years. One day, he decided enough was enough. Started going to the gym at 5 a.m. before work. Changed his diet. Nothing extreme, just consistent effort. 3 months in, he started sharing his fitness journey online. Nothing crazy, just genuine progress photos with honest captions about his struggles. Then boom, someone he went to high school with drops this exact question in his DMs. Who do you think you are? Some fitness guru now? David told me he stared at that message for like 20 minutes. His first thought was, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm being too much. But then something clicked for him. Here's the thing. When someone asks, who do you think you are? They're really asking, why aren't you staying small like me? It's not about you, it's about their own comfort zone. See, when you start growing, improving, trying, you become a mirror, and some people don't like what they see reflected back. They see their own excuses staring at them. David kept posting. You know what happened? 6 months later, that same person was in his DMs again, but this time asking for workout tips. No apology, just, "Hey man, what program are you following?" True story. David helped him anyway, because that's who David is. So when someone asks you this question, remember, you're just being yourself. You're just trying to share your journey, and that's already threatening enough for people who are afraid to try. Don't shrink to make them comfortable. Keep growing. Question 2. Why should anyone care? My friend Marcus, really smart guy, works in tech, had been struggling with anxiety and depression for years. Kept it hidden, wore the mask, "I'm fine" all the time. Until one day, he wasn't fine anymore. Had a breakdown at work, took medical leave, started therapy. Through his recovery, he realized how many people suffer in silence. So he launched a podcast about mental health. Just him, talking honestly about his journey, the good days and the really dark days. First week after launching, someone left a review. Why should anyone care about your mental health problems? Everyone has issues. What makes yours worth listening to? Marcus screenshotted it and sent it to our group chat. Said he was done, gonna delete everything. But that same day, literally the same day, he got an email from a listener. A college student, 19 years old, said Marcus's episode on anxiety helped them through a panic attack at 2 a.m. They were alone in their dorm room, couldn't breathe, thought they were dying. Played Marcus's voice talking about breathing techniques, about how this feeling will pass. You've survived every panic attack before. Made it through. Just one person. That's enough. Marcus kept the podcast. 3 years later, he gets messages like this every week. The truth? You don't need anyone to care. You need the right people to care. And they will find you. They're out there searching for exactly what you have to offer. The person asking why should anyone care has probably never created anything themselves. They're spectators, not players. Critics, not creators. So ask yourself not why should anyone care, but who am I creating this for? When you know that answer, when you can picture even just one person who needs to hear your message, the haters become background noise. Question 3. Are you just copying someone else? Lisa. Working a customer service job she hates, dreaming of something more. She'd watch motivational videos every morning before work, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, anyone who could help her get through the day. One morning, she thought, maybe I can help someone else get through their day too. Started making short motivational videos on her phone. 30 seconds, 1 minute max. Just her, in her car before work, sharing what got her through tough times. Posted her third video, and guess what the first comment was? You're just copying other motivational speaker. Nothing original here. Lisa told me she sat in that car for an extra 20 minutes, just staring at that comment. Her first instinct? Delete everything. Her second instinct? Reply with anger. But then she remembered why she started. Not to be the next Tony Robbins. Not to be famous. Just to help one person the way those videos helped her. Here's what she eventually commented back, and I love this. I learned from them. That's called being inspired, not copying. Every teacher I ever had learned from other teachers. Should they all have stopped teaching because someone did it first? Think about it. Every artist learns from other artists and gets inspired. That's not copying. That's called learning. The hater asking this? They're stuck in the mindset that there's only room for one person in each space. Scarcity thinking. But the internet is infinite. The world is huge. There's room for everyone. There are people who will connect with you specifically, not with Tony Robbins, but with you. Your voice, your story, your energy. You know what you should do. Keep learning. Keep being inspired. Study the people you admire. But add your voice, your experience, your perspective. That's not copying. That's evolution. That's how everything great gets built, standing on the shoulders of giants. Question 4. What if you fail? This is the question that stops most people before they even start. My friend Alex wanted to write a book. For years. She'd talk about it, but never committed. And you know what the crazy part is? Her own mother, who she's super close with, asked her this question. What if you fail? What if you spend all this time writing and nobody reads it? Alex called me crying that night. Her mom wasn't trying to be mean. She genuinely thought she was protecting her daughter from disappointment. But that question almost killed the dream right there. I asked her, what if you don't try? What if you succeed? What if even just one person reads your book and it changes them? Something clicked. Alex wrote back to her mom, and this is what she said. What if I don't try? That's the real failure. Not writing a book that nobody reads. But never writing it at all because I was too scared. She finished the book. Took her a year and a half. Self-published it. It didn't become a bestseller. It didn't get featured on Oprah. But you know what happened? 3 people messaged her saying it changed their lives. One woman said it helped her leave an abusive relationship. One young guy said it gave him courage to come out to his parents. One teacher said she recommends it to her students now. Is that failure? 3 lives changed? Alex says those 3 messages mean more than 1 million copies sold ever could. Here's what I want you to understand. Failure isn't the opposite of success. Failure is part of the process. Every successful person you admire has failed. Multiple times. The only real failure, the only one, is letting fear or haters or doubt keep you frozen. Keep you from even trying. So what if you fail? You learn, you adjust, you grow, you try again, you become better. That's not failure. That's called living. That's called being brave enough to try something that matters. Look, I know these questions hurt, but here's the secret the haters don't want you to know. They only attack what they're afraid of. Your confidence, courage, and willingness to try. Keep trying and showing up. The right people are watching and rooting for you. If this helped, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real talk. Drop a comment telling me which question you've heard the most. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong.